Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel The Buddhism. In this channel you will find the Buddha story, peaceful advice, life's instruction and motivational videos. So today we come with the new video from Buddha Wisdom Knowledge, so stay tuned with us and listen to motivate or changes for your life. Once, in a tranquil valley, nestled among the misty mountains, there was a small Buddhist monastery. The monastery was known far and wide for its serene environment and wise teachings, where monks and seekers alike gathered to learn the art of mindfulness and self-discovery. Among the monks was an elderly teacher named Master John, a man whose wisdom radiated like the first light of dawn. He was revered for his ability to unravel the complexities of life with simple, profound stories. One day, a young man named Kowalski arrived at the monastery. Young man was burdened by the chaos of his life, endless worries, unfulfilled ambitions, and a mind that never seemed to rest. He felt lost and directionless, his thoughts scattered like autumn leaves in a strong wind. Kowalski approached Master John and bowed deeply. Master, he said, I feel like my life is slipping through my fingers. I am constantly distracted, chasing after too many things, and yet I feel I accomplish nothing meaningful. How can I find peace and purpose? Master John smiled gently and gestured for Kowalski to sit beside him under the ancient Bodhi tree. After a moment of silence, the master spoke. Imagine, he began, that you are holding a magnifying glass under the sun. If you move it constantly, the sunlight scatters and nothing happens. But if you hold the magnifying glass steady over a single point, the focused sunlight can ignite a flame. Kowalski listened intently, nodding slowly. Your mind, Master John continued, is like that magnifying glass. When your thoughts are scattered in every direction, your energy is diffused and you feel drained. But when you focus your mind on what truly matters, you ignite the flame of purpose and clarity. Kowalski frowned. But how do I know what truly matters, Master? There are so many things pulling at my attention. Master John's eyes sparkled with understanding. Come with me, he said, rising slowly. He led Kowalski to a small stream that flowed behind the monastery. The water was crystal clear, and the soft gurgling sounds filled the air with a soothing rhythm. The master handed Kowalski a small bowl and instructed him to fill it with water from the stream. Now carry this bowl back to the monastery, the master said, but ensure that not a single drop spills. Kowalski took the bowl carefully and began walking back. He focused intently on the bowl, ensuring that his hands were steady and his steps were measured. Along the way, he noticed the chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves, and the fragrant scent of blooming flowers, but he resisted the urge to look up or get distracted. When he finally reached the monastery, not a single drop of water had spilled. Well done, Master John said with a nod. Now tell me, Kowalski, what did you notice along the way? Kowalski hesitated. I noticed some sounds and smells, Master, but I didn't pay much attention to them. My focus was entirely on the bowl and its water. The master's smile deepened. That is the essence of focus, he explained. Life will always be filled with distractions, the chatter of the world, the temptations of the senses, the incessant demands of others. But when you choose to focus on what is truly important, you find clarity and purpose. The bowl of water represents your life. If you let yourself be distracted, you risk spilling the precious moments of your existence. Kowalski pondered the lesson deeply. But Master, he said, how do I determine which part of my life deserves my focus? Everything seems important in the moment. Master John chuckled softly. That is a question only you can answer, Kowalski. But I will tell you a story to guide you. Kowalski was puzzled but obeyed. As he climbed the steep and rocky path, his attention was entirely on the jar. He ignored the breathtaking views, the chirping birds, and even the sharp thorns that scratched his legs. When he finally reached the summit, he was exhausted but triumphant. He handed the jar back to the sage. What did you learn? The sage asked. Kowalski thought for a moment. I learned that when I focus on one thing, I can achieve it without distraction. The sage nodded. Exactly. Life is like your journey with the jar. If you try to hold too many things at once, you will lose your balance and spill everything. But if you focus on what is most important, you can carry it safely to your destination. The master settled onto a nearby stone and began his tale. Long ago, there was a farmer named Mark who lived in a small village. Mark was known for his hard work, but he constantly worried about his crops, his livestock, and his family. His mind was always racing, jumping from one concern to another. Despite his efforts, he felt unfulfilled and anxious. One day, Mark heard of a wise sage who lived in a cave on the mountain. Desperate for answers, he decided to visit the sage. After a long and arduous journey, he found the old man meditating peacefully by a fire. Sage Mark said, bowing low, "I am overwhelmed by the burdens of my life. How can I find peace?" The sage looked at Mark with kind eyes and handed him a clay jar filled with water. "Take this jar to the top of the mountain without spilling a drop," the sage instructed. Mark bowed deeply, understanding the wisdom of the sage. From that day forward, he simplified his life, focusing only on what truly mattered: his family, his crops, and his well-being. His worries lessened, and he found peace in the simplicity of a focused life. As Master John finished his story, Koski felt a sense of clarity dawn within him. "So the key is to simplify my life and focus on what truly matters," he said. "Yes," the master agreed. "And remember, what matters most will not always be the same. Life changes, and so do your priorities. That is why mindfulness is essential. It helps you discern what deserves your attention in each moment." Over the following weeks, Koski stayed at the monastery, learning to meditate and practice mindfulness. He began to understand the art of focusing his thoughts and energy on meaningful pursuits while letting go of distractions. When he eventually returned to his life in the bustling city, he carried with him the wisdom of the magnifying glass, the bowl of water, and the farmer's jar. Koski's life transformed. He no longer felt lost or overwhelmed. By focusing on his goals and cherishing the present moment, he found the peace and purpose he had been searching for. And whenever he felt his thoughts scattering, he would close his eyes and remember the gentle words of Master John: "Focus on your life, for it is the only jar you must carry to the summit of your journey." Your support is very important for us. Your support gives us power and energy and motivate also. For making this type of videos to help you to motivate and make you happy with the peace of mind. If you like this video, so please do like, share and subscribe our channel. Have a nice day and take care.